Welcome to our exploration of timeless wisdom drawn from Robert Greene's legendary masterpiece, The 48 Laws of Power. Have you ever witnessed someone give their all, only to be overshadowed by comparisons to a renowned figure? Join us as we unravel this perplexing dilemma and delve into the depths of human achievement. Chapter 1. The Weight of Legacy. Imagine standing at the beginning of something big, something that could really make a difference. You're excited, ready to take on the world and leave your mark. But there's a problem. There's this big shadow blocking your way. It's the legacy of someone who was really amazing before you came along. Their achievements loom large, making it seem like anything you do will pale in comparison. It's like trying to follow in the footsteps of a giant. Now, here's the thing. This happens to a lot of people. Think of it like trying to live up to your older sibling's reputation in school. They were the star athlete or the top student, and now everyone expects you to be just like them. It's tough. This feeling is what Robert Greene talks about in his book, The 48 Laws of Power, particularly in Law 41. Law 41 says that when you're handed the reins after someone really impressive, it's like being told you have to do twice as much just to catch up. People always think the first person was the best, and it's hard to prove them wrong. Just ask Louis Fanfiance, who had to follow in the footsteps of his famous grandfather, Louis XIII of France. Louis Fanfiance struggled to live up to the family legacy and ended up letting things fall apart. So, what separates the truly exceptional from the rest? It's all about how you handle the pressure of the past. Let's dive into some strategies for breaking free from the shadow of what came before. Chapter 2. Psychological Challenges. So, you're facing this big challenge, following in the footsteps of someone who's already made a big name for themselves. It's like trying to shine when you're standing in someone else's shadow. But guess what? It's not just about what's out there. It's also about what's going on inside your head. Robert Greene talks about this in Law 41. He says that when you're trying to step out of someone else's shadow, you've got to start by resetting your own mindset. It's like hitting the reset button on a video game. You've got to put aside all the thoughts and expectations that come from the past and focus on creating something new. Think about it this way. If you keep comparing yourself to the person who came before you, you're never going to feel good enough. That's why it's so important to break free from that mindset and start fresh. One way to do this is by belittling the past a little bit. Now, that might sound harsh, but hear me out. When you downplay the achievements of the person who came before you, it can actually help you feel more motivated to prove yourself. It's like saying, hey, they were great, but I can be great too, in my own way. Another strategy is to establish new symbols. This means find ways to show the world that you're different from the person who came before you. Maybe it's changing up your style or your way of doing things. The point is to make it clear that you're not just following in someone else's footsteps. You're blazing your own trail. So, don't let the past hold you back. By resetting your mindset and establishing your own identity, you can start to break free from the shadows and step into the spotlight. Just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this video, please consider like and subscribe, and thanks a lot if you did already. Moving on. Chapter 3. Carving Your Own Path. All right, so now that we've talked about resetting your mindset and establishing your own identity, let's dive into the next step, carving out your own path. Imagine you're walking through a dense forest. The path ahead is blocked by thick undergrowth, but if you look closely, you'll see that there are little openings here and there, places where no one has ventured before. These are the uncharted territories, the areas that haven't been explored by the person who came before you. Robert Greene calls these areas vacuums, and they're crucial for breaking free from the shadows of the past. When you find a vacuum, you have the opportunity to become the main figure in that area without having to compete directly with the achievements of your predecessor. It's like finding your own little corner of the world where you can shine as brightly as you want. Think about it like this. If you're always trying to follow in someone else's footsteps, you'll never be able to fully express your own talents and ideas. But when you step into a vacuum, you have the chance to do things your own way, without being weighed down by the expectations of the past. Take Heracles of Athens, for example. He aligned himself with the democratic elements of the city, which were relatively untouched by the aristocratic politicians of his time. By positioning himself as the champion of the common people, he was able to establish his own identity and path to power, without having to directly confront the legacies of his predecessors. So, as you're forging your own path, keep an eye out for those vacuums. They might just be the key to unlocking your full potential and escaping the shadows of the past. Chapter 4. Continuous Growth. Now that we've explored resetting your mindset, establishing your identity, and finding uncharted territories, let's talk about the importance of constant reinvention. Imagine yourself as a river, constantly flowing and changing. Just like a river carves its path through the landscape, you too must be willing to adapt and evolve in order to overcome the challenges of following a great predecessor. Robert Greene emphasizes the need for constant reinvention in Law 41. He reminds us that even after establishing your identity and unique path, you can't afford to become complacent. Instead, you must continually push boundaries and explore new frontiers. Think of Alexander the Great, who didn't stop after conquering Persia. He pushed beyond, forging new realms of influence in India. By constantly seeking new challenges, he ensured that his legacy would transcend any single conquest or achievement. Similarly, the artist Pablo Picasso constantly reinvented himself and challenged conventions throughout his career. By refusing to become a caricature of his past successes, he cemented his place as one of the most influential and innovative artists of all time. So, as you journey forward, remember to embrace change and growth. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and try new things. By continually reinventing yourself and your approach, you can ensure that your legacy will endure and inspire future generations. Chapter 5. Nourishing your mind for success. Now that we've covered strategies for overcoming the weight of legacy and forging your own path to greatness, let's shift our focus to something equally important: the daily habits that shape your mind and propel you towards success. Imagine your mind as a garden. Just as a garden requires nourishment and care to thrive, your mind needs the right kind of nourishment to reach its full potential. What you feed your mind, the content you consume on a daily basis, has a profound impact on your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. It's essential to make a habit of learning something truly beneficial every day. Whether it's reading a book, listening to a podcast, or engaging in meaningful conversations, seek out knowledge that enriches your life and expands your horizons. But beware, not all content is created equal. In today's digital age, algorithms are often crafted to manipulate your thoughts and influence your behavior. Be deliberate in your choices and prioritize content that challenges your thinking, fosters growth, and aligns with your values. By nourishing your mind with the right kind of content, you strengthen your cognitive abilities, enhance your creativity, and develop a deeper understanding of the world around you. This, in turn, equips you with the clarity of vision and mental fortitude needed to confront the challenges of following a great predecessor. So, make it a daily habit to feed your mind with knowledge and wisdom. By doing so, you empower yourself to break free from the shadows of the past and emerge as a trailblazer in your own right, leaving a lasting mark on the world. In the journey of life, embracing change and constant growth isn't just a strategy. It's a philosophy. By nourishing our minds with enriching content daily, We equip ourselves to confront challenges, break free from the shadows of the past, and leave a positive mark on the world. Let's harness the power of learning to propel ourselves toward greatness, enriching not only our own lives, but also those around us with knowledge, wisdom, and compassion. Now I want to share Earning website with you. We know it's a small amount of money, but better than lying around all day. You can take payment in Bitcoins or many other methods. You can find the link in the description box. Now register and watch ads or play games to earn money. Thanks for sponsoring this video. This is the end of this video. We believe you enjoyed it. Now pause and comment down your thoughts, as we really want to hear from you. It gives us motivation. After done commenting, watch my next video appearing right of your screen that we think best for you. Peace.